name's Lynn. I'm with you for today, and I look forward to the day and welcome to you all. Today we're going to start out at Rouse Hill Farm, which is it comes under the Historic Houses Trust.
I'm a guide here at Rouse Hill House and Farm. I've been a guide here for almost 4 years, and it's a joyous property. So we're looking at a 200-year-old farm, and in terms of our Australian history, that's quite astonishing that it's still intact. Richard was a free settler, not a farmer. But the very first thing he does is he chops down every tree. Every tree from that era is gone.
Hello again, everyone. We're passing through Rouse Hill, and we'll be heading up to Pitt Town in a few minutes. And we're going along Cat Eye Road to Ian Littleton's farm, which is called Clarendon.
We run the birds over about, the total farm area here is 20 hectares, but the area the birds are on is about 15 hectares. So we're currently stocking this area at about bit less, or about 750 to 1,000 birds per hectare. I'm saying that because you're probably aware of all the controversy that's happened recently with the, with the ACEL, the Australian Egg Corporation, trying to say that 20,000 birds per hectare is viable as free range. Even at our low stocking rate, we really do have problems trying to maintain our pasture cover, particularly during winter when there's very little grass growth. So, so there was very good reasons why several decades ago it was originally decided that about 1,500 birds per hectare would be the maximum, for a free range operation. The way in which we run our farm here to meet our organic standards is that we buy in our replacement birds at day old. They come straight from the hatchery to the farm, and then we raise them on our organic feed right through the growing period and through the laying period. What we do here with the way in which we house our birds is we use portable houses that we can move around the paddock areas, and once we get into past the middle of August and we start getting some warm weather, then that means that we can maintain our pasture cover, and we can keep rotating the birds around on fresh pasture. We sell our eggs, we pack our eggs here, and we do all our own distribution, and so you'll probably see our brand through the northern areas of Sydney.
Now, if you look out to the right, you can see out to the Blue Mountains, and the Hawkesbury River is just down below. This area is Cornwallis down here. But of course, as Sydney's population has expanded to now 4.5 million, the pressure on the agricultural land has really increased dramatically. So we're actually losing the productivity of the land in the Sydney Basin. However, it is still very, very productive. And you may not be aware, or you may be aware, that most of the perishable vegetables that are sold in Sydney actually are grown within 50 kilometres of Sydney. A little bit of background about the Secret Garden. It's on some acres of land of the University of Western Sydney, and it's just near where Greening Australia are, where they propagate the plants for Greening Australia. They have a few animals, and it's a lovely community garden.
We've got some cottage garden and natives there, and then we extend to the shade house in the back that I've just gone past, and the hedging and edging tables. The back area just back there is our propagation area where everything gets roots, and then we put it on to the growing out area. It's basically our hothouse, so every winter we fill it up full of frost-prone plants.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. At the moment, a lot of the orange, or in the last probably 15 years since Australia has been importing a lot of oranges, many of these orange orchards have been finding it difficult to survive, So, for example, if you travel along the road from Windsor to Wilberforce, it's nearly all turf farms along there now because it was unviable for the farmers to continue growing oranges because we're now importing so many oranges. For example, most of the orange juice that's sold in the shops in Sydney is actually from concentrated imported orange. So we're importing a lot of oranges, whereas, 30 years ago in Australia we didn't do that.
Some of the oranges have the shiny surface, which means they've been sprayed with wax and with a fungicide. And the wax actually helps keep the moisture in the orange. It's another reason why they're sprayed with the wax.
It's been a hard row in farming, and it's getting harder and harder and harder. We're getting the same price for our produce as 20 years ago. It's not a very happy story. To Bilpin, just to give you an example, some years ago there'd have been 50 odd orchards. It's now down to about 12. These oranges, which are very good, they grow on the flats down there at North Richmond. He is the last citrus orchard, I'm not sure about in the Sydney Basin, but certainly in the Hawkesbury area. We set up about 11 or 12 years ago a farm gate trail. I belong to an organisation called Hawkesbury Harvest, and our idea was to retain the agricultural land that was left in the Sydney Basin, and also to set up a farm gate trail that extended the length of the Hawkesbury River and the Nepean River. We have achieved the farm gate trail all the way along the Hawkesbury and Nepean. As to whether we will succeed in retaining agriculture in the Sydney Basin is very problematic. So that's the situation at the moment. We have a lovely spot here, I think you'd agree. But as to how long we'll be here farming, I'm not sure. But, however, we welcome you today, and it's been really lovely having you.